I want to go home. When are we going home? I have to go home now. This is heartbreaking. How do we handle this problem? Today, I'm not only going to teach you how to handle this, but I'm also going to explain to you why they are asking to go home, even if they've been living in that environment for the past 10, 20, or even 30 years. I'm Debra, founder of Answers About Alzheimer's and your new best friend. And I've got a fabulous show for you today. When behaviors like these arise, we have to have a plan. We need a strategy for optimal success. You're at your wit's end, you're stressed, exhausted, and you should be. Caring for people with dementia is exhausting, both physically and mentally. You need help, and I love helping. So you're in the right place. Together, we can. I want to go home, but they are home. Why do they ask to go home when they are home? What are they experiencing? What are they feeling? What should we do or say when they ask to go home? When you think about where you live, when you think of your home, what do you envision? What does home look like to you? Home is where the heart is. What does that mean? Where the heart is? Love? Home is love? Home is comfort. Those are feelings. Home is familiar. Home is security and stability. Home is where our memories are. Home is a place to rest your head. But mostly, home is a feeling, right? Home is a feeling because you can move to a new dwelling and it takes a little while before it actually feels like home. I remember when I first got married and I bought a house, it took about a month, and all of a sudden one day I came home from work and it hit me. I walked in and it finally felt like home. So it's a feeling of peace and comfort. That's how I define home. It's a feeling. Home is where we heal and grow. Home is traditions and routine. Home has deep emotional meaning, doesn't it? A home is inviting and always lets you in. Home is a yearning. The reason behind the statement, I want to go home, is that when they look around, they don't recognize where they are. They are in a strange place. They don't remember where they are. Your loved one or patient can be living in a nursing home, a memory care, an independent living, an assisted living, or even in their own home and not recognize it as their home. This person may be living in the past, and in their mind, they are thinking of the home of their teens or their 20s. So when they're looking for the home of the past and what they see in front of them is foreign, it's scary. They feel lost. The most important thing to remember is not to say something like, you live here now, or you moved here a year ago. People with dementia cannot be brought into today's reality, and we cannot reason with them. We can't make them remember. The more you tell them that they are home, the more you will force them to try to convince you otherwise or argue with you. So when you make these statements like, you sold your home and moved here a few months ago, or this is your home now, you're actually encouraging them to try to convince you, and you are scaring them even more. So we want to skip over making these types of statements. This takes practice and training because that would be an automatic reply. It's hard not to just blurt it out. You are home. Don't get into a dialogue. Avoid convincing or explaining. This will only backfire on you. Another reason a person with neurodegeneration is asking to go home is because they are uncomfortable. They're having a problem with someone or something in their environment. This person is having distress of some kind. Think about it. When you're out somewhere and you're having a pleasant time, you want to stay. If you're having fun, surrounded by loving people, you want to stay. So let's talk about the opposite. When do you want to leave? You want to leave when it's unpleasant, uncomfortable, or boring. When you're uncomfortable, you want to go home because home is where you feel comfortable, right? Is this starting to come together? Yeah, well, just wait. I've got a lot more. Often when the person with dementia is asking to go home, they're really saying, I'm uncomfortable. I'm scared. I'm missing someone or something. I don't know where I am. I don't belong here. Someone is missing me. I should be doing something. That's a lot. It's a feeling. They are feeling something that they don't want to be feeling. So they want to leave to find the comforting feeling of home. That's what they're searching for. Home is our safe haven. Home is where we let it all hang out. Home is our sanctuary. So knowing the reason behind the wanting to leave and go home can give us the information that we need to help them get that desired feeling of safety and comfort. Rather than telling them that they are home, I have 3 strategies for you to use. The first is therapeutic fibbing. I have an entire video for you on this, but very simply put, you make up a little harmless white lie to help ease the person's anxiety. So they're asking to go home and you tell them that the house is being painted, but we can go tomorrow. Let's go put it on the calendar. Or we can't go until I finish these chores, like the laundry. Or we can go after the exterminators call and say that it's safe and the fumes are under control. Use your imagination. Your husband called and asked if you could help me with a few things first. Can you come and help me? My second strategy is to have a few of their favorite activities set aside. Now, I could spend hours talking about activities, and I have a 3-part video that will absolutely blow your mind. But getting the person interested in a favorite activity can be a saving grace. People with dementia love to help. You could ask them for their expertise on a task. I heard that you are the best at sorting items, and I have a very important job. I was really hoping you could help me out. Can I count on you? People with dementia not only like to help, but they love to be complimented, and they need and want to feel important. So ask them to assist you and tell them how important the task is. Tell them that not just anyone can help with this. You have been personally selected. Oh, hell yeah, try that. And then let me know in the comments. So cool. All right, that was tip number 2. Now for number 3. This one is my favorite. Remember, home is our shelter. Home is our safety. Home is our territory. Our territory, our turf. We feel in charge on our own turf. In this next strategy, we are kind of dodging the bullet. Remember, we don't answer them directly or correct them by saying that they are home. This is where we try to figure out why they don't want to stay. Rather than they want to go home, why not stay? Again, if we're happy, safe, comfortable, and having fun, we will want to stay. So why do they want to leave? See? Why do they want to leave? You can start asking them questions. Where do you live? Tell me about your home. It sounds beautiful. How is it decorated? Tell me about your family traditions. What are some of your favorite things to do at home? This gives you an opportunity to then steer the conversation away from home and transition into an activity. For example, something like, did you have birds at your house? And then ask them questions about birds. I've heard you're an expert. Can you show me some of the birds on the feeder outside? Or maybe they were a gardener. You could say, I heard that you were an expert at gardening. What did you grow? Can you teach me about gardening? What are some of your best tips? Let's go look at some plants. In these examples, we are validating their emotions. They are missing the feeling of home, safe, secure, love, and comfort. So behind that, going deep, they do not feel safe. They are afraid. They need a feeling of comfort. We can find some way to comfort them. Even giving them something to hold, a doll or a stuffed animal or a soft blanket, a gentle touch, brush their hair, rub their back. Comfort them with your words. I miss my home too sometimes. I'm sorry. Let's you and I stick together and we can protect each other. How does that sound? So when a person with dementia wants to go home, concentrate more on why they want to leave. What are they really seeking? What is lacking in their surroundings? Or what is bothering them? Instead of worrying about going home, work on making them feel so happy and safe and loved that they never want to leave. Reduce your stress and build your confidence by watching more of my videos. There's even more content and videos on my website at answersaboutalz.org.